Going live. You're live. Hello, hello, hello. Today's Monday, March 2nd, 2026. It was a long weekend. Poor little Cassie girl. Looked like she was getting better. Um, she had her pumpkin and rice. And then I thought, okay, I'll give her some chicken and rice. That didn't really work out. So then I put her back on pumpkin and rice. And I mean, she's not in pain. She's not lethargic. She's not dehydrated because she's drinking water. And when I give her the rice, it's with a lot of water. So, um, um, and it's just whatever got into her. And I'm thinking that it probably has to do with the soil got so wet from all the snow, and then it's all like there are spots out there where it's just all like really muddy, and she walked through it, and other dogs might have walked through it and peed. Maybe there was a sick dog and she absorbed it through. That's really because everything that her diet didn't change, her medication didn't change, nothing changed. um, I was thinking maybe she picked something up and I didn't see her do that, but I, I I didn't catch that. So I'm thinking seriously that she got something, because they can get, um, in the soil can be like, what is it, giardia, where it's the little uh, microbes and stuff can get through. So I'm thinking that that's what exactly what happened. So she's still working through it. Like I said, she's not lethargic. She's she just was having some digestion issues. Um, she vomited once, and that was it. So her eyes are clear, her nose is fine, everything's fine. And I really think that's it. So I just have to be really careful where I walk her, um, and be careful that she's not getting anything, because there are a lot of dogs around here, and I'm right off the river, so you know, um, she might have just picked something up. So I just have to be really careful. She's had so many baths. I mean, she doesn't. It's not her favorite thing, but she's. I can easily get her in and out of the tub. She doesn't mind it, but um, but yeah, she's right here, laying next to me, making sure I'm in her view. But if she has to get up and go, she has to get up and go, and then I have to go. But right now she's resting comfortably and she's sleeping fine. It was only, um, well, actually, she's been getting up. Let's see. So it happened 5:30 Friday morning, um, and then 5:30 Saturday morning, and then I woke up at five, and then 5:30 Sunday morning. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and she was still sleeping. And about 6:30, she started stirring, and I thought, well, I'll just get her out right away. So, but I mean, she's sleeping through, most of the night and stuff. But yeah, it was kind of a little bit like I was thinking. I don't have because we just moved here. I haven't. The vet's a ways away, and I haven't gotten to a vet here. So, but like I said, she's not in any distress. It's just some. She's got all her shots. In fact, I got her the extra lepovirus shots, like the DHPP, but the extra one. So I mean, she's all current. she might have just picked up something. So one of the residents, her dog, she said, was recently sick, and that it seemed like she had like the flu. And you know what? Cassie was sneezing a lot um, the other day too. So who knows? I mean, she's fine though. So I mean, she's been on the so the rice and pumpkin, and I just incorporated the chicken and rice. She seems to be doing fine. So then tomorrow I'll move into um, to mix her regular food, and and then gradually get her back up on her diet, because she oh, because like I said, she eats fresh food. I do mix the kibble in there, so she make sure that she gets the certain nutrients. Um, you okay? Mhm. Okay, she seems to be okay. I don't know what's going on. You okay? You give me side eye. All right, but anyway, so um, today was the deadline. If she didn't show any improvement today, because she had improvement on Friday, I mean on Saturday, and then I think I introduced the chicken too soon. Um, so a little bit of relapse, and then today she's definitely on the mend. So I mean, today was the deadline. So if she has another relapse, then she goes to the vet, and hopefully I can get in, or else we're driving 2 hours away. So anyway, so I didn't really watch anything, like here and there, watch and listen to the same old. And then, most of the media pulled out of the Nancy Guthrie house, except for News Nation. Brian Ensign, he's been popping in and out, JLR popping in and out. And then I just said, well, let me check Brian. And he just put a short up that Savannah, Annie, and Tommaso came to the house to visit and see the memorial. And Annie was visibly and verbally upset, and that Savannah was holding on to her, and so wasn't Tommaso. But and so then I switched on to JLR. Now I don't know if I play, because Brian Enton also just uploaded his long form video, so I don't know if I could get copyrighted for that. I'm not really sure, but JLR will let you. So I went back in the day a few hours ago, because he's still live, of course, but this is the middle of the day. So he's on his way back to the house. I guess he got word that they were at the house. But so and John DePietro DePP from the Karen Reed trial. He was an anti Karen Reed from the videos that I saw, and Turtle Boy messed with him. Who I think Turtle Boy is.
People in the chat are also saying Tommaso was in Italy. Well, apparently he's not.
Yeah, he's not in Italy, but they still have. You know what? Let me just hold that for a second. They still have Annie and Tommaso's car, according to a source or whatever. I just read it. They still have their car impounded, or in evidence, and it's like, that is so weird. Why would you, unless here, let me read that real quick. It says, yes, as of late February and early March 2026, the vehicle belonging to Annie Guthrie and Tommaso Cioni remains in the custody of the Pima County Sheriff's Department as part of the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Here are the key details regarding the vehicle. Status: law enforcement confirmed on February 27, 2026, that the car is still being held, stating, all we can say at this time, the vehicle is still part of the investigation. Now, it could be that maybe somebody was following them too. Maybe they're checking it for tracking devices. Maybe they found something. Who knows? What is this? Looks like Annie Guthrie. Like, did somebody put up a fake picture of her? Hang on a second. Context. While the Pima County Sheriff's Department stated that the family members, including Annie and Tommaso, are not suspects and have been cooperative, the car remains impounded for further processing. Why it is held. Experts suggest that the car is likely being held for forensic analysis, such as looking for DNA or fingerprints, or to analyze its movements, as they were among the last people to see Nancy Guthrie. Despite intense social media speculation, officials have maintained that the car is part of a standard a belt, you know, all belt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can't pronounce the words. Um, Thorough uh, investigation, albeit, right? Albeit. Oh, albeit. Oh, okay. Duh. Albeit thorough investigation. Oh my God. Words, Tina. Words. Let me just see something. This looks like, let me just see something. Multiple people have asked me what the status is on Annie Guthrie's car after it was taken for processing. I asked PCSD today and just received this response. All we can say at this time, the vehicle is still part of the investigation. Okay, it's just, I guess, Brianna Whitney TV. I don't know who she is. Okay. So I just find it, I don't ever recall like an investigation where a family member who has been cleared uh, had their car, but what do I know? So now let me go back to JLR. So he's on his way to back to the house. Oh yeah, so down the rabbit hole, news has she's did she just go live, or she went live 3 minutes ago, or she put something that Nancy Guthrie accusers speak, Luke Daly and Mary Chapman interview. Now they had what was out there was that Luke Daly was somehow related to Nancy Guthrie, or that one girl or something. So I'll have to look into that and speak on that. But just hang on one second. Okay, never mind. It's good. Turn left on East Camino Boulevard. So let me turn this down. It's kind of loud. So he's on his way back to the house because he got word that they were out there, but he missed it. But Brian Enton, he stuck it out and he got the scoop. I don't think anybody else was out there except for them. JLR took all his, his tent. He cleared all his stuff out. I don't know when.
I'm gonna get the Petro's take. Take it up here.
Okay, so he knows he missed it. And DePietro missed it too. He was like, said he was 5 minutes away and he just missed it. But the thing, when I watched it, and Brian, I didn't know who the man was. I thought it was the brother Cameron, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, he's got a beard. Because he did not look like Tommaso, like the way the pictures, that are circulating. It didn't look like him. He looked stockier, But like, how they kept saying that he was in Italy, that he was hiding or whatever. No. People put out speculation as truth. as if they know, but you know, and then people buy it because we're not hearing anything because the sheriff and the FBI are sharing very little. I mean, you got to think we are in week 4. We are starting week 4. No, we are starting week 5. Yeah, so it's 4 weeks, right? And so this is start of week 5. Or yesterday we started week 5, and remember with the Idaho case, it wasn't until week 6 that they captured BK, and it wasn't until like week 4 that all their processing and DNA and all that stuff, that's when that came about. And then it still took them 2 weeks to get to him, to make all the arrangements to get to him. So, I mean, they could have more than, you know, they can have a lot. Um, these people are parked way back there. Like the whole, like they roped off that whole neighborhood pretty much for no parking. Like as far out as they can go. And so, like Brian, he's been walking like a mile to get there. I mean, at this point, he probably is getting dropped off by somebody, and then I don't want to skip here. Let me do this. Can I do this? Come on. Yeah, so it was sad. I watched it. It made me cry. It made me cry watching them look at the memorial. Guess the brother, I think the brother would just heat it. The brother is like low key wanting to like get somebody. Like you can sense that kind of like
All right, fill me in.
boys and their mother.
News Nation captain. Were you here? You missed it too. I did. So what exactly happened? 3 of them: Savannah, Tommaso, and Osala. And not the brother. The 3 of them came.
Brother might be. He might have gone back to Vermont.
Right, basically to the right of the sign that the neighbors had put up. But you can hear Annie's very emotional in the video.
Yeah.
So just as I was arriving, as you know, we have to, and folks don't speak in those that are on JLR. Some people are saying Annie was over dramatic. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah, they were going to say that she was over dramatic.
County sheriffs.
But
no one on the street.
You just hear the pain.
As soon as they laid
you just hear the pain,
corner,
the agony.
The cars, and then could see the sheriffs and so forth.
I'd show you the video, JLR, but signal is bad.
Well,
it's like really, really
look at the house
degraded.
Look, I did not see that before. Did you see that before like that?
The blind is separated.
So they did come. Savannah seemed to be strength. Yeah, but Tommaso's with them. So that sends a powerful message, I think.
Agreed.
I mean, this might be like Savannah is 100% supporting Annie and Tommaso. Don't think they're involved in any way, shape, or form with this.
Agreed.
Which also plays into what you and I talked about yesterday. The more and more on this day 30, I lean towards that they were actually, the abductors were inside the house when she got dropped off.
Oh.
Because otherwise, one of the things you and I have talked about is how would you not hear people coming in if you're asleep? You would get waken up.
Well, you know what? I have to kind of agree with him. Unless, now, from what I heard, she had hearing aids in and she probably took her hearing aids out. So if that's the case and she had really bad hearing, then she wouldn't have heard somebody coming in. However, my mom is a super light sleeper. I mean, she always has been. just the trauma that she's been through in her life. She's a super light sleeper, and her hearing is going. My mother's 86, but she, like, when you're hearing ghosts when you get older, it's not all you're hearing, it's just different tones sometimes. But other things you can hear, like subtle things you can hear. And so it could be that she did hear it, but John, I guess, is getting ready to just say that she should have heard it or would have heard it, and but we just don't know. We just don't know what's going on here. Luke and his brother, they were both psychologists, but not the parent. Okay, they're talking about in the chat about the Luke person. John is talking so low.
It does make sense if they were already there. That's a over 3,000 square foot home. Could you do me a favor? Then in fact she comes in. Could you do me a favor? Yeah. People want to hear from you, but it's blurry here at this spot. Could you walk over? I'm gonna stay. I will do that, but I'm gonna be live right now. Okay. On the radio. Yeah. Platforms. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, hey, John, the PP is live. Sorry, that's the nickname they gave him throughout the Karen Reed trial. Just, oh, where is he at? Oh, okay, he's there. All right.
So some of the people that
he's breaking
following this case extensively were sending me messages saying Annie was very, very, very dramatic.
No, I don't think she was dramatic. No. I mean, she was visibly upset, but not. She wasn't wailing. She wasn't like wailing and throwing herself on the ground.
Cassie, right here, News Nation.
Was Brian? Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Was Brian there? I didn't see Brian there. I saw some of the crew, like his. Who is his camera guy? I forget. He always says. He always announces his camera guy. Because Brian's been out and about too. I guess they were sitting at the sheriff's, Pima County Sheriff's. Nobody was really there. So why is he back? Oh, he's leaving now. Oh, okay, I see. All right, I'm not sure where he's going. What he's going to do, I think, is show the video of. Oh, I have no idea where he's at. Like, there's people kind of parked there. Where are you showing? Oh, now it's clear.
What is this? What this show?
His signal was poor. Let's see. Oh, I can't see it because the glare and his stuff.
Yo, that's crazy.
Oh. What?
This is coming from Laura Ingle.
Ooh, it's getting hot. Let's see if he shows it.
Let me go over here in the sheet. Fox News is reviewing it right now. They're like, look, we have Fox News. I don't think Fox News caught it.
The only one who caught it was News Nation. Brian is, like I said,
News
Brian
Nation
is
the only one that got it.
Is the JLR of the legacy
Why
media.
not ask questions? Would it have been appropriate to ask questions?
Brian wouldn't do that.
Hey, any comment? What's going on?
No, Brian would not do that. Brian would not interfere with the families, He would never do that. I just remember with the Idaho case, and the reporters chasing the families of the kids. And he thought something else was going on, and he started kind of following. And then he saw they were chasing the family. He's like, "I'm not doing that." So he would never do that. And I'm sure he instructed, if he happened not to be there, his crew not to do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that.
Annie seems like she's the most emotional out
She
of all of
was.
them. And look at Savannah hugging Tommaso, putting her hands on the back of the book. They're all hugging each other.
Beth made me cry. And
I don't believe the family had anything to do with Nancy disappearing, Donna says. Doneo.
It might be somebody who had something against one of the family members. That's the other theory that keeps popping up. Sad. It might be something. It might be someone that had something against the family members. You know, somebody in the family. All right, hang on 1 second. I'm just gonna go check on. Oof, it's a little chilly in here. I should have played that for you. So, I mean, that was the big scoop or whatever. I didn't really see anything else. I don't see Brian there, unless he did it and then he went off.
Savannah is taller than Tommaso, right? Let's go back and look.
Yeah, Savannah's 5'10". She's pretty tall.
Kind of look like it.
But yeah, that kind of made me cry. I felt so bad for them. I don't know where she gets her height from, because I think she's even the same height or taller than her brother. So yeah, it's just sad. Again, hopefully something will break. They're working something, and they're just keeping quiet about it. Haven't really heard anything about the sheriff. I didn't pay attention to any of the interviews he was doing. He was doing all these interviews. Yeah. She's hanging on to Tommaso. Yeah, they're close. You could see that. So, I mean, yeah, you could see that. Yeah, see, she's hanging on to him. So, they look close. So, and what's her face? Ashley Banfield, I think, is still um, going on about it. Even though she's not directly saying it, she's still going on about it. That's just a special kind of, I don't know what. Like I said, she's a clout chaser.
All right, where's Nancy?
So let's see. Let's
Somebody
escape out of
responded, our
that.
troops are dying in the fields, and this is what everyone's talking about. Nancy Guthrie.
No, they're talking about what's going on in Iran, which is insanity. I don't even want to talk about it. It's like so trauma, stress inducing. And at the same time that was going on, we had mass shootings in Cincinnati and Austin, Texas. To me, that's all. To me, these mass
Here's
shootings
the thing about it is, folks,
have always been
they
connected.
come out of the driveway right here with a media staging of News Nation right in front. News Nation's the only one. But they come out of the driveway and go down to the driveway to lay flowers with a camera crew that is planted exactly across from them. So they knew it would be all filmed. They knew it would all be documented. There's no other camera crews out here besides over here in the left corner, which was not here this morning. Back there.
Can you hear that?
There, there's one on the
so
corner.
What's your point,
But
JLR?
this is the only one, more or less, that's here that coincidentally is right across from the driveway.
So you're saying
They knew they were being filmed.
So you're saying they gave them the scoop? I mean, if why didn't they have NBC Today out there?
So what do you think about that situation? I mean,
I don't think
literally there's nothing else.
I don't think anything about it. I think that they wanted to come out to the house, and I think actually they probably came to the house at that one point where they started clearing everybody away in the parking situation and everything, so they can and that one vehicle that pulled into the garage. I think it was family members. Maybe not Annie. Maybe it was Savannah, and she needed to get paperwork or whatever, belongings of her mother, to records and stuff. She needed to go in there and get some things, but they didn't. They waited until the scrutiny and all the media was cleared out before they made an appearance, and um, maybe they couldn't wait any longer because maybe Savannah is going back to New York because she has little kids, and so maybe they just couldn't wait any longer because the News Nation was not letting up, and so better just one station than a mile long of people parked out there, and all types of media and generators going, and then all the nutcases came out of the woodwork, photo shoots or movies or singing and digging and all kinds of nutsos. They always come out of the woodwork. Like after a couple weeks, they just start coming out of the woodwork. But maybe they just didn't want to be accosted by everybody, and at the same time they thought it would be completely cleared out, and News Nation was not letting up. So they just said, now we're maybe Savannah had to leave. So I don't think they were putting on a show like JLR is intimating. I don't know. I think maybe he's being a little bit of a sore loser. I mean, that's just me speculating. I didn't even finish listening to his conversation though.
Here, and they come out of the driveway and go over there and hug each other right in front of the cameras.
And
that's right across from them. That's camp there. That this tent has been here for days. This is News Nation. Publicity stunt? Genuine? What?
Not a publicity stunt. I think that if they wanted a publicity stunt, they would have come out when everybody was out. No? I don't know. You just never know with people, but I don't think so. I think that maybe Savannah has to go and she's been wanting to come out there to see what people left, the memorial, um, and it was just not good with all those people out there, and then really not
Share
good
your
with all the nuts
thoughts in the
coming.
chat. I think some of it was genuine. I would think so, right?
Yeah. Well, he might just be going off what people are saying in the chat because there's nutcases in there.
They're all talking about it right now in front of me.
Yeah, so they're probably just. Oh, Ryan Hall, y'all, is on. He's saying a dangerous storm sequence is developing. Yeah, we're gonna get icy, snowy, icy. So I hope Cassie is on her regular schedule because it's going to be rougher out there tomorrow. But she's doing okay right now.
Page 6. Savannah Guthrie's siblings share heartbroken embrace at memorial outside missing mom's house.
Of course they're going to do all that.
Look, they came out here. Tommaso was here with Annie and Savannah. And they were very emotional, particularly Annie.
I haven't seen the video yet.
Yeah, it's a video. You see, News Nation caught it on the right.
I mean, I'd like to show it. Like Anton just, uploaded his video. It's 35 minutes long, so he usually shows the scene and then just cut in with interviews or whatever. But I don't know if he copyright strikes anybody. I know that JLR does not. I mean, I know that you could do fair use in commentary. I mean, I think me listening to it wouldn't hurt, but I don't know. Who knows? Everybody else does it. But, I don't know. Let's see what JLR has to say, and then I'll turn on Enton's video for a second. Because you know why I think that? Because JLR just showed like a couple seconds of it. Like he just showed it and then he took it down. So he might be a copywriter striker.
Today, co-host and Savannah, her sister Annie, and brother-in-law Tommaso were seen visiting the makeshift memorial around 10:45 a.m. local time.
Oh, somebody's got their car parked out there. I mean, they might be inside of it, but I don't see Brian Enton. I mean, he probably left after that if he was even there, but we'll find out. Yeah, somebody's car is parked there. So, and somebody might be in the
now
car.
People are rushing to the scene here. They're doing the same thing I did to see what's going on.
Right. Usually JR is a diehard.
There's more traffic on the road right now than there has been for days.
Yep.
There's another car that pulled up.
And now they're blocking the road. Yep, they're blocking the road. People are going to start getting pissed. Cops are going to be called. Like, he's totally blocking the road. Like, both ways, this guy. Look at him. He stopped. So now there's people behind and they're not moving. Yeah.
I think it sends a message that Savannah supports Annie and Tommaso.
Yeah. And why not do that?
And they're all in this together.
Right. Why not do that?
Sheriff clears Tommaso, Annie, Savannah, Cameron, siblings.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the kids are like
all cleared.
Like grade school kids, and then I don't know what there's Annie and Tommaso's son, preteen, maybe early teen, not even driving. So come on.
What you think about that?
I got a new hypothesis, not a new, but I got the hypothesis.
Here, say hello. Everyone, 85727.
Oh, 857. Wow, I never see.
Welcome.
I don't know if you watch.
Having a good day. I think
There's.
I think it shows unity, like
Hang
you
on.
said, for the family.
So you can
but
see
I
it.
had a thought. Is obviously the Uber driver dropped Nancy or came here, right, and picked Nancy up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Who does the Uber driver know? The Uber driver has friends, right? The Uber driver sees 84-year-old Nancy leave.
Yeah, I mean,
Now
like
the
there's
Uber
all
driver
kinds of
can
yeah,
tell whoever to come here.
there's all kinds of theories.
So
It could
whoever,
be.
if it's
I
obviously,
always
I
felt
don't
it was
think it's
somebody
gonna be
that
anybody
knows
it's somebody
enough
who
about her,
either
um,
indirectly, they use that word
you know,
indirectly,
to do something like this. So it could be an aide, it could be a, you know,
even though they're saying
a contractor, subcontractor, an Uber driver. It could be anybody. It still could be, you know, possibly somebody tied to the family or something. I mean, yeah, friends
I
of the
don't know
Uber
who
driver.
the Uber driver they haven't released, but it would be interesting to find out who indirectly knew that Nancy lived here.
Yo, I'm getting
He doesn't look anything like I pictured. 857 Tucson.
He walks like the bird. See, this is how this.
Oh,
The
seven.
FBI would not be able to discover that. I mean,
Dude, I got like 6 messages right now. It says, look at how Tommaso walks. He walks like the bird.
I
Oh,
haven't
please.
seen that, but
They're saying it's
Because they're
on my
stuck
phone
on
right
what
now.
Ashley Banfield
they're
said,
thinking, and we go
which is
there
wrong.
thinking that it's not Tommaso. They cleared the thing.
I don't think it's Tommaso. I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think he's the perp.
But it could be somebody who knew that Tommaso was married to a Guthrie, right? Indirectly. So anybody who's indirectly that knew, they're checking into it.
Let's do this, please. Says the problem with the Uber driver friend theory is that something happened back on January 11th. Uber driver met Nancy on January 31st.
Well, the thing about it is it's definitely, in my opinion, like a local clique that made it to the invasion.
Yeah, it could be. It could be
Listen, if you
many
take
things.
Nancy's name out of it, it's hard to get a vulnerable 84-year-old.
People are also saying that Tommaso and all them waited for me to be down there at the sheriff's station to come up here and use that as an opportunity to come up here.
They were avoiding JLR.
You think that?
Oh, yeah.
They were watching. They were like, oh, yeah, they're down at the sheriff's station now. Let's make our move.
They cleared everybody out.
That's why they
Yeah,
cleared everybody
right,
out.
exactly. That's what I say.
Wow. And I don't think it's always about me, though. And it's not.
Well, sometimes it is because JLR has been known to, well, they always have
Like, oh, yeah, there's people, the main channel watching this case.
the
They're down
Delphi
there.
case, him
They're down there the
screaming at,
sheriff's office. Now we can make our move.
oh, I can't even
In front of
remember his
the
name
station.
now. Richard,
In front of
him
the
screaming,
cameras in the station.
you know, like just the way he is, how aggressive he is, how he can be on a scene. Like he even said, why didn't they ask him for a comment? It's like, you're not going to let these people breathe.
The only one.
So
Annie rolls
They-
out.
they probably were waiting for him to leave so they can go get in there and get out. And he didn't have any,
I think it was genuine. I think it's legit, though.
yeah,
I do. What do you think? I'll play it again.
yes. I think it was legit.
Roll down here right in front of the cameras. With the Pima County.
Let's see if you guys can see it. Oh, so they're there, and they came in and they put flowers down.
Let me turn it up. Everyone grieves differently. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Everybody grieves it. Hey, did Fox News happen to catch that? Oh, you missed it. Fox News missed it. They just told me they missed it.
Nobody, just News Nation.
Fox News missed it. Everyone's back at Annie and Tommaso's home, or Nancy's home.
Yep. All right. Well, that was earlier today that happened. Let's see.
Something on the corner.
All right. I do want to play. I'm going to play the Brian Ensign thing. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to play it and talk about it. So I don't know. We'll find out. We shall see. But
Hey
Jared
guys,
always
thanks so much
plays.
for checking out my show.
Jared
I
will show the whole
appreciate
thing.
it. Please click to subscribe.
And show it.
Today is day 30 in the search for Nancy Guthrie. It is Monday. I'm in Nancy's neighborhood right now. Her house is actually right here. And I was telling you guys in another episode, you know, there are certain times when you're covering this where sort of the emotion of it really hits you. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in the investigation and trying to chase down leads. But then one day something will happen and you'll kind of just realize just how awful this whole thing is on an emotional level. And today was one of those days, and it's because Savannah Guthrie, Nancy's daughter, of course, and her sister Annie Guthrie, and Annie's husband Tommaso, they came here to Nancy's house, and they left some flowers and a card, and it's the first time that we've seen them all here at the house. And I'm going to show you guys. I mean, it was just a really, really emotional moment. So I'll get into that in this episode. Also, I was just over at the lawyer's office for the man whose house, the second raid that happened, the one where I got very, very close. He has a lawyer now. This is the one that was like 2 miles from here. I remember where the SWAT team was there and everything, Luke Daly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just talking to his lawyer about what is happening behind the scenes. There was apparently this federal search warrant. What has he been able to figure out about why?
So I would hope that that if there's any kind of relationship or relation to Nancy through, you know, other family members, but it doesn't seem like it. I think that would be out and all over the news, but it did come out somewhere.
His client may have been tied into all this. He says, by the way, that his client has absolutely nothing to do with the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. Interesting, though, I said, well, does your client or his mom, because remember it was his mom's house, have they ever met Nancy Guthrie? Did they know anything about her? And the mom actually had met her, and he tells that story. But I'm going to get into all of that. Really, really interesting conversation. And the latest on the investigation. Again, it's now day 30 in this episode of Brian Ensign Investigates. Hey guys, all right, so I'm outside Nancy's house, and I was telling you, it's really the first time that we have seen Savannah Guthrie and her family here, at least publicly. There was that one day, you guys remember I told you that there was that SUV that showed up that went into the garage. We weren't able to see who got out. I do believe it was family then too, but this time they, you know, weren't hiding in any way, and came to see the sort of the flowers and there's flowers and candles and cards that people have left for Nancy. I called it a memorial earlier, and then I thought about it. I guess that would just be.
I was thinking too, when saying memorial, that, you know, we don't know if she's still around or not, and so memorial would intimate that she's not around, which I just find it hard to believe. But again, miracle upon miracles have happened. I think about that one woman who was in her 80s and she was kidnapped in the dead of winter. It was 5 days she was in cold storage. Hetty, I forget her last name. Braun? Hetty? No, I think that's a actress. But and she survived, and it was a handyman or a subcontractor who worked on her house. Yeah, Hetty Braun. She was 88 when she was kidnapped. She lived a few more years after that. I mean, I guess she lived in her 90s. I don't know if that shortened her life, but she said she never thought she was going to die. She just thought, when was she going to get out of there? But just like Nancy Guthrie, an abductor kidnapped, and it just echoes the 2003 Walworth County abduction. Just like Nancy Guthrie. You know, and it turned out to be that handyman who's still in prison. So that happened in 2003. So 23 years ago. But like she said, somebody asked her, and she said, um, let's see what she says.
The search for Savannah Guthrie's mother and investigator on that case did 23 years ago to the death because it was below Golden or somewhere. Braun from her home here in East Troy. It happened in the middle of the night. Her phone lines cut. It sparked a 5-day search by foot and air, and then a ransom note demanding $3 million from the family's gravel business. That note ultimately leading investigators to the abductor, a family friend. I took him in the car, sat him in the back of the car, and said, first of all, is she alive? And he said, yes, she is.
Did you think you were going to make it out of there alive?
I didn't think I was going to die.
12 News sitting down with Braun after she was found alive, shackled to a mattress in a cold storage unit.
I just prayed.
In the middle of winter.
And it was answered. That's all. I was never alone.
I still get emotional about it. So, yeah, it was a great feeling.
Is this a case that sticks with you through your career?
Yeah, so miracle upon miracles can happen. I mean, you're talking, you're 4 weeks out, but you just never know, because it seems like this person, like her watch wasn't with her, because I wear a lot of people with these smartwatches and their health watches wear I wear my watch to bed to track my sleep and track my O2 and heart rate. And so she did have poor circulation, so maybe that's why she wasn't. But it seems like they intentionally left her watch. The phone I can understand, but the watch. Too bad she didn't have a smart ring on her, because maybe that's traceable. If you connect it, you can connect it. And maybe they had medicine for her, to treat her. They left the transmitter behind for the pacemaker. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Like, we just never know until something breaks.
Know that Nancy's passed away. We hope she's still alive. So I guess I probably shouldn't call it a memorial. But they clearly wanted to see it for themselves. And it was just a News Nation crew who was here, and one other network. And I'm glad no one really tried to ask any questions or anything.
I'm sure he wasn't there.
I'm glad about it. I'm glad they got to just have their moment. So I want to play for you that whole kind of moment. And I think it's important, again, just because it shows what they're going through and kind of reminds all of us the emotional impact this has had on them and why this is just such a sad case.
So, yeah, so you can go to Brian Enton's channel, because he has that. He interviewed, it looks like, the attorney from that guy. I'll watch all that later. But so I guess he wasn't there on scene, because he goes out and about and look, to interview and other scenes, kind of like what JLR was doing, going to areas that might be dumping grounds, which is horrific to say. But, miracle on miracles, if she is still alive and found, oh my God, that would be just like the miracle of 2026, I guess, right? But if she's not with us any longer, and it was just one person involved, and it was just somebody who was casing her house, and then, like somebody mentioned, maybe she scratched him, and so he had to take her because the DNA was on her. He had to take her because they could trace him through her. So, and if she's out there some way, the only way, because he'll never come forward for the $1 million, it could just been a lone attacker, and that's why nobody's come forward for that $1 million. Just that one person. Because my first instinct when I saw that video was, I was like, oh, it looks like a homeless person. Like he's just scouting through the neighborhood and see what doors are unlocked. And, that's the very first feeling I got, was like, oh, So, we just don't know. We're not going to know until we know or never know. And that's like the toughest thing for all these families that just never find out, or the resolution, it happens 40, 50 years down the line and everybody's gone, who cared about that person. So I don't know. Hopefully there's a resolution. Like the families say, there's never any closure. There's no closure. And people keep saying it. Like law enforcement says it when they make these big press conferences. Media says it. There is no closure. Like the closure would be that the family member was returned alive. That would be closure. She's alive. She's well. She was, she tricked them and talked her way out of it or whatever, or they released her. That would be closure. And then they caught the person, and the person got sent away forever. But closure isn't when they're gone. So even if they're found and they're recovered. So it's a resolution. But I hope, I don't know. Like I said, everybody's just waiting. And all the Looney Tunes are out and about with their spirit boxes and their craziness. Like, it's like there's so many, I hate to say this, there's so many lunatics out there, And then what else is going on in the news? Iran. I don't really want to talk about it. But there was mass shootings. It just seems like the world is just really topsy-turvy. Like, and then people say, well, it just seems like that, but it's always been topsy-turvy. Yeah, there's always been, shit happening, but this does, being that I've been around for a really long time, it just seems like, of course we do have a further reach. Of course we do have, instant news and, the social media. So we hear more about it. It just seems like a lot is going on, like too much is going on. People with diseased brains out there. And I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just too much. Just too much. So, but anyway, so enough about that. Let's just see. I wanted to see what Ryan Hall is saying. Well, I don't know if he might be a copywriter, striker. Oh, Brianna Whitney is from the Arizona family. Okay, so that Facebook post was from her. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Because she interviewed, she is kind of a tough interviewer, though. Like, she looks like she wouldn't be. And then she comes out with a couple zingers. Oh, I was reading about the, this one man who did like John Lithgow, he murdered his whole family and then he was a fugitive for decades. Not John Lithgow. Oh my God. Sorry, John. Not you. Was it Long Island guy? Long Island. not DeFeo, not Ronald DeFeo. He was the son who took out his family. That was horrible. Oh, and there's a case going on right now. Not Long Island, but in Jersey, I think. I'll have to. I think I'm gonna like put together a presentation of these family annihilators and family annihilators from decades ago. And then there's one that I was looking, the Bishop family, um, and then a daughter who was born before his family that he annihilated. I guess when he was younger, and she was put up for adoption. Just found out that her father murdered his whole family, but he has not been found. But yeah, I'm looking at all this stuff here. Oh my God, there's so many. But I might do I might do a little presentation, and especially when I get onto the platform where I can actually do sharing and stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna get off now because I am tired. It's been a long weekend. I've only gotten about 5 hours of sleep each night. I need my sleep. Well, Cassie is doing better, doing much better. Like I said, it was scary there. And that's how what happened with Susie. It was like one day he was fine, and the next day he wasn't, and then, um, then he was gone. So I got scared there. But anyway, for anybody who popped in, thanks for popping in. And I'll be back. Maybe I'll have a presentation the next time I come back. I don't know when I'm going to come back. I need some rest. I have some things I have to get done. So whenever I come back, oh, that's right. Too, that I did find the Life and Times of Frederick Douglass by himself, like his freedom, my bondage. So two more narratives books that he wrote about detailing his escape. So once I go through that, and then I'll do a presentation about that, or I'll do a reading of it, just like I did with his narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave. So, but yeah, I'm glad I found those copies. But I am going to call it a night. We got to get Cassie ready for her nightly outing. And I was going to do laundry, but now I'm too tired. So, but thanks for popping in. Have a good night. If you're in where the weather is going to turn, and we're going to get the icy, snowy, whatever is happening, weather, just stay safe and warm, and don't go out on the roads, in the icy roads. So thanks for popping in. See you later. Bye. Bye.